Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Barriss Offee from Star Wars. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first, and then Sharpies. So, if you want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description, and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, I'm starting to put two and two together. I'm starting to figure you guys out. So, I get a lot of trooper requests, and I didn't get it. There's a part of me that just says, why? We're drawing the same thing over and over again. You're just drawing a trooper with just different colors. And, you know, I get it that, hey, I love Star Wars too, and everybody loves what they love about Star Wars, okay? Sure. It finally clicked with Barriss Offee for some reason that you guys are Clone Wars people. And what I mean by that is I grew up, you know, with my Star Wars, and sorry, my picture disappeared. I grew up with my Star Wars, and I grew up watching the first ones, right? New Hope, that kind of thing, you know? You guys have grown up watching Clone Wars, and that's what you're attracted to. That's what you want to draw. So I get it now. Before I didn't, and I was like, why? Why? We're just drawing the same thing. But you like the Clone Wars characters because, oddly enough, I was looking up how to pronounce her name, Barriss Offee, and so I had to look up, like, and I still may be wrong, you know? I had to look up somebody saying something about it. And I'm always getting the stuff about Clone Wars, and it clicked. It's like, oh, she's from the Clone Wars show, and I'm going to be honest with you, I never watched the Clone Wars. I should. I'm super behind on a lot of stuff, but I never watched it, so I am not as familiar with it as everybody else. So, like I said, I should, just to, you know, catch myself up and be familiar. But now it's starting to click. That's why everybody's requesting Clone Wars characters, because again, there's a part of me, it's like, we got a whole bunch of ones we haven't drawn, you know? There's a lot of, I haven't even drawn a Stormtrooper, just a regular old Stormtrooper, because everybody keeps requesting Clone Troopers, you know, Fives, or, you know, Echo, or, you know what I mean? It's like everybody wants those. And so, like I said, now it's starting to click. I get it now. Not gonna draw them, just kidding. No, I am cutting back on troopers just a little bit so we can catch up on other stuff. But you know, there will be more. We're gonna do more, don't worry. Because again, I know that's what you guys want to see. But again, you know, we gotta draw other stuff. We gotta kind of mix it up a little bit. That head is too big. We're gonna start again. I have to, and here's a good practice of if it doesn't work, start over. Don't let your past dictate your future. I had so many dreams last night that I was out buying Star Wars figures. It was crazy. I have these dreams a lot, like going to the mall, and I never did. It's not like this is something I used to do a long time ago. I mean, maybe I did, but not with Star Wars figures. Not with hunting them down, you know. Maybe with other stuff as I was growing up in the toys and in the malls and stuff like that, but not Star Wars figures. It's crazy. So the idea for her is I want a powerful Jedi. I want her, she's going to be throwing her cloak back, because I want her to be more, like I said, more strong than stoic. There we go. So she's going to be real simple because it's just costume. That's really all it is. It's a gown and a cape, right? It's going to be that simple. So I said, well, let's do something a little special. Let's make her like throwing the cape back. And I still sketched out the legs to make sure I'm in a good spot, like that I have it looking like legs, you know. But again, it's just pretty much gonna be, that's it, the dress, you know, and then sabers and hands. But yeah, I wanted something a little more powerful. So we're just going to kind of throw the cape up like that, hopefully not fall off the page. What's too far? That's too far? Okay. Yeah, just so we're just kind of whoosh. Like that. Kind of throwing it up, right? A little powerful, a little Jedi power. And yeah, so also I don't know much about her because I only know pictures and like what movie was she in? Was it what do you call it? Attack of the Clones? No. Maybe she was. I can't remember. But they took a few pictures like what do you call them? Like, not makeup shots, costume shots, costume pictures. And that's it. That's all that exists of her for me. Like I said, I had no idea that she was in the Clone Wars and all that stuff. So it's very interesting for me that there's more to her, you know? And I'm glad. That's awesome. I kind of do want to watch them now. But I'm just so behind in so many things that, you know, I'll get to it. Oh, and also, I've seen pictures, well, the picture from the Clone Wars where she's got her lightsaber, she's holding it kind of weird. And yeah, that's why I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to stick with, like, let's just go with a regular old lightsaber stance. Okay, let me get the ruler for this too. Now, one thing I do like to do is make sure I get the saber straight. So I like to at least just draw that, and then I'll just draw the blade coming out like that. So I think I am ready sketch-wise. Yeah, so let me erase some of these sketch lines and then we'll get going. A lot of her is going to be, like I said, mostly costume and then color, right, for her face. So let me erase these sketch lines because I'm going to switch over to Sharpie, and I want my Sharpie to stand out, not my pencil lines. So when I first sketch, I'm throwing lines down just to get placement down and figure out where it's going to be. Then when I feel confident in the placement, I start pressing harder. So when I erase lightly like this, I erase the sketch lines, but the confidence lines take a little bit more pressure, and I'm not applying enough to erase those. So we can follow our confidence and get rid of the sketchiness, and that's how you live your life too. Okay, I think that's enough. I can see where we're going to go. So I say we welcome all the skippers and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. It can find things that a fine point can't quite find. sketch the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where we're going to go. And if you want to see more Star Wars stuff, check out that playlist there, or just check out the playlist in general, because I do so many, I may have already drawn what you're looking for. So I say we get going, let me find a good picture, and get going. That'll work right there. That's a good reference. All right, so I'm going to start with the lids, the top of the lids, just to see if I've got the placement right. Like that. Looks good to me. So I'm going to draw the retina, the color part now. Alright, and usually these are so small I can't do much more than just add just like a little bit of a dot of a pupil. It'll start to bleed if I do more. So for the bottom of the eye, I'm just going to come in just a little bit like that on both sides and kind of imply the bottom. Color will take care of the rest, but that's all I'm going to do for that, just to give her that that look. Now usually I try to give them like lashes, but looking at her character, it doesn't look like she's got big lashes to accent the feel of her face. So I'm just going to leave it like that and just design from there, because the nice thing is, in so many words, she's alien, so I don't have to make it exactly like a human being, you know? Okay, so I'm going to draw her brows like this. Alright, draw the other one over here like this. And I stopped there. I want to go a little bit more, but I want to draw the actual hood first, and then I'll draw that, because I don't want to draw through it on accident. For her nose, we're going to keep it real simple. Draw the nostrils like this. And I want to do more, but it's the bridge, and you never really draw much with the hard edge. So I'm keeping her very simple like that. So for her mouth, I'm going to go ahead and draw the lips like this. Like that, and then draw her chin underneath like this. Now I'm going to start to thicken up my lines just a little bit too, because when I switch over to this Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference in line width. So I'm trying to match where it's going to go. So let's draw her jaw coming out like this. And you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Like I said, this is how I draw. That's it. That's simple. So I'm going to draw her cheekbones to the side of her head. Something like that. Now again, it's kind of jig-jaggedy with my line work, but that's the other nice thing about thickening lines up, is I can kind of fix and hide things. Alright, so again, I'm going to stop right about there, because I need to draw the hood before I go any further, so I don't accidentally draw through it. Because it's kind of around her head, right? There's a wrap thing around her head, and then the hood. So let's go ahead and jump in with a big Sharpie now. Then I'll come back. So I'm going to draw the top of it like this. You see how thick that is? That's what I'm talking about, that I wanted to kind of match it, you know? Let's draw let's see, her neck is wrapped up in material like this. And so now I can kind of draw the hood coming from that, because it's got this weird flow back around. Not weird, but intricate. So it's going to hang down like this. Kind of coming up here like this. And see, that's why I want to make sure I don't accidentally draw through it. So I stopped at a good spot. Coming through up here. Coming down this way. Going back up like that. Okay? And then the inside we'll do kind of like this, because it kind of wraps around on itself, you know? I mean, because there's obviously an inside to the material. So we'll do that. I just want to close up like what I didn't get here. So I'm going to close this up. And her head's all wrapped up, so I don't have to worry about her ears. Right? But I do have the top of the head going in like that. There's the edge of the hood. You know, just to draw a little something. Because it's all wrapped up on itself, right? Now, okay, so it kind of, again, wraps around her neck, like this, and kind of comes down a little bit, and that's where it's going to go back over the shoulders. So, let's draw the top. See, it's kind of going to come out like this a little bit. top of her head and coming back down the side. All right, something like that. Now, again, this thing has got this cool little way that it's wrapped, so we're going to bring it like this. Here's the edge of it, and so it's kind of folded back over. These are almost like ears over the cape. Like that, right? Like she's got the bottom part folded out, so just going to kind of do something cool like that. All right, so that's pretty much the costume there. Let me add, again, just a little bit of creases and folds because it's cloth, right? Probably too much in there. I should probably stop. But every time I say that, I draw more. So, not gonna stop. Okay, so I've got her hands flowing out. So, let's go ahead and draw, and it's pretty much just cloth, that's all we're really doing. So let's draw this shoulders up a little bit more. So let's draw the armpit like this, down to the belt. All right. We'll draw that belt as well. Let's go ahead and do it now. I was gonna say we'll draw it in a second, but let's go ahead and do it now so you see where we are. Big old thick belt. All right, so I'm gonna draw up and draw a little bit of a shape to the breasts. Not much, because it's such a black flat costume, you can't see much anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. So now we've got the torso, we can draw the arms. So I'm gonna come up here with the shoulder. There's a bicep down to the elbow, the crook of the arm, the forearm to the glove, the wrist. Man, I just have no words. There's the underside to the elbow. Like that, okay? And again, there's a lot of creases and folds because it's cloth. So we'll add a little bit like this, especially because she's got her arm pushing the material, right? Okay, so her hand, I just have pretty much just doing like this. It's nothing too crazy, we're just drawing the hand. So I'm gonna draw the thumb, like this. It's going into the hand, and then the fingers are just, like I said, she's just kind of doing that, kind of using the force, you know? The downside is it's so tiny. Sometimes it's hard to get the fingers right with such a tiny, or such a big fat Sharpie. You know, it's called a Sharpie fine point, but nothing fine about this point. It's pretty thick. So there, just simple hand. Nothing too crazy. Let me add some extra lines here real fast. Probably, you know, not quite that many, but again, we're just adding a few just to make it look like a hand. There we go. Okay. All right, and I got her cape throwing out, so that's kind of what she's doing. Let's draw a couple lines for the cloth here. That's the one thing I don't like, is just leaving negative space, and so, you know, we're just gonna add a few extra lines just to show that it's material, right? It's cloth. This one's going down, holding the lightsaber, so we're just gonna draw the arm down. Again, some bumps for the cloth. There's the bicep, crook of the arm, forearm to the wrist. Haha, I got it all right this time. I didn't call it a glove. So we're gonna draw the glove. Gosh, I did it again. That was on purpose, All right. Again, some cloth lines, just to wrinkle it up, you know. And now the hand, all we're seeing is just this part only because it's holding a lightsaber. I really need to get one so I can show you a prop, and I just want to get one, is really what I want to do. Okay, so all we're gonna draw is the wrist to the hand. The thumb is around the lightsaber like this. Here's the back of the hand, wrapping around the lightsaber. Okay, again, that's pretty much all we really need to do. I can draw like a knuckle maybe for the thumb like this, just to show a little bit of a line, but for the most part that's all we really got to draw, because the digits are around the underside of the saber. So let's draw the hand. She does have one, but it's I hate to say generic, but it's just generic. I hate to say that. I mean, it's better than what I have, which is nothing. Okay, so let's do this. Let me add, oops. Drop the cap. Let's add a couple of lines just to kind of make it, you know, saberish. And here's what I'm going to do. I drew a straight line like this, and I'm going to show you how I draw lightsaber, the light of the lightsaber. I draw, pick up, draw, pick up. So I do the explosion of the light, right, like it's coming out. Then I'm going to draw and pick up as I go along, just to give it a light feel, so it's not like a real edge. Okay. Draw, pick up. So I'm hitting it lightly. Pick up, down, come back, and do it in different spots. Don't do the exact same spot. But the whole idea is I just want to get it to feel like it's not a hard edge, you know? That's it. So when you look at it, hard material, light, and then color is going to take care of it. But that's how I draw a lightsaber. Okay, so I've drawn the leg, so I know the length. So now all I got to do is draw the material. Right? Pretty simple. When you plan it out, you can do some fun stuff. I do have her foot showing. Material. I'm picking it up so I can see what I did, because I can't see on the other side of this Sharpie. Again, I drew the other foot over here, so you can see her feet from underneath the robe, the cloth. Something like that. And let's do some smaller lines. I don't want them to all be big, thick lines. I mean, honestly, most of this is going to be black anyway, because it's such a black costume. But you know, just a little bit of folds for the outfit. Okay, so now we're just going to draw her cape, and so this one is just hanging down here. It's coming down this way, back here, back behind that arm. So it's coming back this way, coming down. Let's fold it over, and that way this side will kind of come in, all right? Okay, and then it's going to wrap back around because it's obviously going back behind her. We're going to say we're going to follow this. We're going to do this because that's the bottom edge, going back through and coming through about right there. Okay, that's just to get a feel for the way it goes through. Now I've got this whole end up, so I'm just kind of throwing it up there. So let's draw this point out like that. Just want to make sure I'm not falling off the page. Then we're just going to kind of bring it in here, and so I want to bring it to about right there, because again, I kind of want to pretend like it's flowing back that way. Like that. There you go. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Barriss Offee from Star Wars. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.